So today I'm sharing with you how I'm going to upgrade these tin storage boxes. They're already super cute, primitive pieces. They're useful pieces. I like that they are a little bit used and abused. They don't need to be perfect by any means because just adding some decoupage paper to them is going to take them to the next level to make them be beautiful home decor. No, not every project you do has to be a big makeover. Sometimes you just use the item as is, you leave those imperfections there, and then you just add a little bit of something to it. So I absolutely love this paper from Recycle. I love that this is actually like the more fabricy kind. The age, the grain sack, that animal, that rooster that I'm going to be using on this one, oh my goodness, has my heart. Hi guys, welcome to the channel. This is Yvonne from Ginger Chick Rehab. Thank you for hopping on and checking out what I am up to. So in today's video, part of doing makeovers is thrifting for it, is searching for it. So recently I have done a lot of auction hauls, and a lot of times when you do an auction, they group stuff together and you get these extras. So in today's video, I am sharing with you some tins that were just they're a little worse for wear, but you could just see beyond there to add something to them to make them pretty and useful. I absolutely love the aging that's on this decoupage paper. So now, as simple as cutting off the white part, seeing what part of the paper fits that I can get my whole little rooster on there. I'm going to go ahead and cut off that extra. I kind of just used my fingernail and folded the paper over to give me a line to cut off. I don't want to put this crisp line of paper on this aged tin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little bit of water, and I'm going to do a little bit of a tearing technique on the side of that paper just to give it a little bit more age. So just a little bit of water on your fingertip will work. And then I'm just going to take my fingernails and just kind of pull some of that paper off the side just very gingerly. I don't want to, it's the size I need, but I want to make it look like it's been wore off with time. I don't want that clean cut of a line. If you are a regular viewer of my channel, you know that I've actually used this paper before. I have many sources that have been so gracious to send me paper to use, but my main source usually is Sarah from Piglet Closet, so I can link her store down below. And actually, if you are a reseller, I can tell you as soon as I put these in my booth, they actually sold right away. There's just something about this beautiful paper and those animals. And I'm not sure, is primitive farmhouse a theme? Because seems to be what I have been gearing myself for lately. So now that I have that all distressed the way I want it, that it has some age, it's still slightly wet on the corners, I'm going to go ahead and just apply it, glue it down using some Mod Podge. So next up, I have this container. I don't really actually know what it is used for. Maybe a lantern, you put a light. I don't know. I just thought I like that lining on it, that coloring on it. And yep, I'm using Tracy's contraption to hold an object in place that is round from rolling. So I'll link that down below. And now I thought this one was perfect because the yellow sunflowers match that yellow line perfectly. So if you notice in the beginning of the video, I was taking paper off. I'm going to share the process with you of why I was taking the paper off. So after this paper dried with the Mod Podge on the back, this is what it looked like. Yeah, the coloring on the back of this galvanized just made the picture go away as it dried. It just, you know, your glue, your substance comes through the paper. So I should have actually backed this with something white. I should have painted maybe it with white, but yes, sometimes you do a project and you think, oh, this will be simple. I'll just put this on, it'll be fine. But just the way that this decoupage paper is, yeah, that color choice for the backing was not a wonderful choice. So, yep. So, yep, I just soaked it in some hot water, some Dawn dish soap, let it soak for about 15 minutes, and I was able to remove the paper. It will stay on as much as you want it to stay on, but it'll also come off if you want it to come off. And unfortunately, I don't have another sheet of this. A lot of times I like to buy two at a time just in case I do make a mistake. And then this one that was left over, it was just too small. So back to the cute little animals I go, and I'm going to go ahead and use the bunny one. Y'all, I always share my fails so I can prevent somebody else from making the same mistakes that I do. So now I have these tins, and I actually like the cream color. They're just IKEA pieces, they're newer pieces, but they're just boring, just blasé. So let's add some fun decoupage paper and wait till you see this one. I just absolutely love sharing all these different, oh my gosh, these roosters. Oh, everything about this paper I love. Now, unlike the other paper I used earlier, it's not cut into squares. This could actually be used for one whole piece of whatever you want to put it on. But I'm going to cut it apart to make it into two separate pieces since there's two separate roosters. So now I just have to make my decision of where to start cutting on. There's so much graphics going on these beautiful pieces of paper. Now I'm going to start whittling down on my paper. So I'm going to start off with by cutting it in half, and then I'm going to avoid any objects like this weather vane. I'm going to kind of gonna scoop around that just in case it will fit on my original image first. So yep, I'm just going to keep kind of feeling where I want this to lay. I'm going to kind of just guesstimate, like if you get close up, you can see all the details in this. So, yep, that's why I'm calling it whittling. I'm just slowly taking pieces and parts off at a time, even though I absolutely love the checker pattern. That's one of the places I'm going to start off with right away. And you know what we do as crafters? We will just put those pieces in our hoard and use them for another project on another day. Now I think I got everything removed and how I want it to fit onto this tin. So I'm going to do that same thing where I take the water. I don't want those crisp lines. I want to make it look like it's been worn off with time by wetting those edges and tearing off that little piece. And this paper is the same. It's that fabric, like, so when you go in to purchase this paper, I think there are a few different, like, pounds they call it, or sizes you can choose from. So just when you are checking out, just see what you are interested in. If it's available in something different, you know, check that out. And then I guess I'm going to have to whittle some more. I don't really like how it's laying, so I'm going to end up taking that rooster wording off. Now that I have it whittled down to what will fit, what I am happy with, I'm going to go ahead and use Mod Podge just like before to glue it on. Now for my last tin, I can't even tell you what this tin is. It was, I don't know. I really don't know, but somebody had painted it green, distressed it with some staining, and I think it's absolutely gorgeous color. So for this one, I'm going to go ahead and put the sheep on. Oh my gosh, I think it'll be super cute. And unlike the other ones, I actually don't need to distress this because the way that I'm going to glue it on, it's a square and it actually almost fits so perfectly. So after it is good and dry, all I'm going to do is just take some 220 sandpaper, anything that might be hanging over just a little bit, I'm going to sand off, and that's the way it's going to be distressed. Just adding some beautiful decoupage paper just takes it to the next level, and I absolutely love those paper. I'll link them down below if anybody is interested in them. Oh my goodness, just makes for an easy, creative flip, not only to resell, but to fit into your own home decor. So give me a quick comment down below if I have inspired you in any way to look at secondhand finds in a new way. And again, thank you for being part of our YouTube family. And if you are new and you're checking out this channel for the first time and you liked what you saw, please hit that subscription button along with the notification bell so you know we've uploaded a new video. And we will see you next time, guys. And you can see what we're up to.